Hello everyone. Has anyone ever left a fortune so large that it makes their family cry real tears? Do you think that's unbelievable? We'll examine the amazing story of Charles Bronson today, whose legacy has moved his family to tears. You won't want to miss any of this story's many surprising turns and touching moments, so watch it through to the very end. Charles Bronson was a multifaceted individual. He was viewed by the public as a prosperous businessman with a kind heart and an excellent sense of where to make investments. But few were aware of the challenges and enigmas he faced in his private life. Through a variety of business endeavors and prudent financial choices, Charles amassed an amazing wealth over the years. However, his family is experiencing emotional distress as a result of what transpired after his passing. Following his untimely death, Charles's family had to deal with the intricacies of his enormous wealth in addition to their own personal grief. Charles seems to have arranged everything well. Significant assets, including residences and investments, were dispersed over multiple places. However, everything started to come apart as the family examined his will and the distribution of his money in further detail. The magnitude of the funds was one of the main problems. Because many of his family members lacked fundamental financial skills, it was difficult for them to manage such a significant sum of money. Siblings and other family members argued because of the stress and strain of managing the estate. What started off as a benefit swiftly became a controversial topic. Charles also established more charitable organizations and trusts, each with its own set of regulations. His family found it challenging to fully comprehend and oversee these complicated arrangements, despite the fact that they were intended to promote several organizations and guarantee that his riches was managed appropriately. Family members' incapacity to strike a balance between Charles's requirements and their own feelings exacerbated the issue. Finding out that Charles's financial difficulties were a contributing factor in some of his emotional issues is another awful part of this tale. Throughout his life, he had struggled with money and health, and he had made some investments more for his family's future than for himself. This implied that less money remained after utilizing some of his inheritance to pay off debt and medical bills. The family's anguish and grief became even more when they came to terms with the fact that not all of the money would be accessible for their use. Charles had an equally complex relationship with his family. He was a solitary person who frequently kept his personal and professional lives apart. This implied that his family members felt emotionally empty after his death, despite the fact that he offered material support. Instead of drawing them closer, the fortune emphasized the gaps that had widened over time, which only served to increase their sense of isolation and loneliness. When Charles's oldest daughter found a collection of letters her father had sent to every member of the family, it was an especially poignant occasion. He shared recollections and personal guidance in these letters, along with his love and aspirations for their futures. These letters showed Charles's compassion and abiding affection for his family, a side of him that many had never seen. His family, who were aware of the sacrifices he had made and the difficulties he had faced alone, felt both relief and sadness as they read these sincere words. The family started to understand the full ramifications of Charles's legacy as they navigated the emotional and legal difficulties of handling his bequest. The lessons he taught via his deeds and the love he demonstrated in his own unique way were more important than the money he left behind. Over time, they became closer, leaning on one another and their treasured memories of Charles for support. In the end, Charles Bronson's financial tale is a potent reminder of the value of candid dialogue and understanding within a family, as well as the potential harm that riches may do to interpersonal ties. It demonstrates how, in addition to opportunity and stability, money can also bring with it unforeseen difficulties and emotional barriers. Despite these obstacles, Charles's family managed to remember him and help one other after his death. So, what does Charles Bronson's narrative teach us? It begins by emphasizing how important it is to have candid conversations regarding family money. Misunderstandings and disputes can be avoided by making sure that everyone is aware of the duties and goals associated with an inheritance. Second, It emphasizes how crucial unity and emotional support are in trying times. Even though riches can open opportunities, what really keeps us going are our relationships with our family and our love for them. In addition to the wealth he left behind, Charles's legacy also includes the lessons he imparted to his family and the influence he had on them. His story shows that while money can be a useful tool, what matters most are the memories and relationships we create. By preserving the fortitude and tenacity he demonstrated throughout his life, Charles's family is paying tribute to him. Please click the like button and subscribe for more amazing tales like this one if you felt Charles Bronson's story was as poignant and thought-provoking as we did. Please share your ideas in the comments section below. Have you ever been in a position where your family was suddenly impacted by wealth? Tell us about your experiences. We value your time and encourage you to watch through to the end if you want to witness more incredible content that delves deeply into human emotions and experiences. The life of Charles Bronson is a moving illustration of how wealth and heritage affect every one of us differently, having unanticipated effects on our relationships and results. It is a potent reminder of how crucial it is to integrate financial planning with mental health in order to make sure that our legacy accurately captures the principles and affection we cherish. His family has a better grasp of what it means to pay tribute to a loved one's memory, while paving their own way forward as they continue to cope with the fallout from his passing. We appreciate you coming to hear this touching tale with us today. Keep in mind that each story has its own lessons and motivations, and by sharing them, we fortify our ties and develop as a society. Enjoy and look after the relationships that are most essential to you. Until the next time.